since you have been involved in this startup ecosystem so much, apart from bringing in the financial aid, the financial resources from your side, what else do you bring to the table when you're interacting with these startups, and to what extent or to what level do you try to devote yourself and get down into the business when you are involved in any of these startups?
So I think I'll answer the questions in two parts. I think the first part is in the initial approach perspective.
Yeah.
When a startup approaches, my first answer is I'm not investing. I don't want you to have a conversation with me primarily for funding because I am funding plus plus. In fact, in most cases, I would rather offer a mentorship or an advisory rather than funding because, in all honesty, investing in startups is a risky category, right? So
Yeah.
I don't invest a large amount of money in terms of investment. In fact, I've not cut a check recently as well. My bulk of my engagements are now towards mentorship and advisory, where I help them in terms of fundraise, in terms of sales, growth, marketing, strategy, and being like a elder brother, right? So my famous example, which I quote, is: "Look, I am Krishna and you are Arjun. You can either have me or my army, right?" And honestly, while a lot of entrepreneurs have had a tough time getting funding, in all honesty, I think it's become much more easier to get funds now than maybe 5 years back, because I think angel investment has become pretty cool as a profession. And a lot of people who don't even have details or have serious interest in startups are investing in startups and actually cutting large checks because they go by the herd mentality. If they see 10 people around them making money in startups, they feel okay, we can also make money, and they also chip in. It's easy to enter in, it's tough to get out, especially to get out with your head held high and having made money. But when you talk about mentorship, the world is open, and I've had a extremely positive response every time I have cited this example to the entrepreneurs who approach me. I think more often than not, they appreciate the fact that someone is proactively offering mentorship as a step one. And in many cases, yes, a mentorship or advisory might not be needed, especially if the startup is mature enough where they already have funds committed from other investors. I think their primary focus would be to close that round. So they might not be looking at mentorship. But in many cases, they have really appreciated the fact that to have someone who's around more frequently. I engage with my portfolio companies, once in every 2 weeks, if not every week. I'm always available for a discussion. I don't wait for a quarterly update to hear from them. I proactively reach out and discuss with them in terms of what's going on in their business and all. I think that element is a great give and take because I do see a lot of affinity in such engagements. I have a lot of relevant experience, which I feel it's time for me to give back to the community. And I think from that perspective, the engagement goes really well.
Wow.
So that's the first part. I think second part, I think from a continuation of journey perspective, the frequency and the topics are mutually discussed and set aside. There's a good camaraderie between myself and the entrepreneurs in terms of what does he expect from me, what do I expect from him. And once the understanding is clear, a lot of explicit communication is not needed, and there's a straightforward communication happening between us.